Hi students, in this video we shall discuss about arrays in PHP. PHP arrays are the ultimate in flexible built-in data structure because of the following reasons. First one is its logical structure is similar to arrays in other languages. Okay. So you know the structure of arrays in other languages like C, C++, etc. So this PHP arrays, they have a logical structure similar to an array in other languages. Okay. So the usual structure is like this: array elements 1, 2, 3, etc. And there will be an index 0, 1, 2, etc. Okay, so index or key and array elements. This is the usual structure of array in other languages also. So the PHP arrays, they have also a logical structure similar to an array in other languages. That is, the key is non-negative integers in ascending order. Okay, so the key by default the key starts from 0. Now the second reason is they have a logical structure similar to a hash. That is, its keys are strings and the order of elements is determined with a hashing function. That means PHP supports associative arrays. That is, we can, for example, suppose this is the array and the array elements are 1, 2, 3. Then this array can have a string key or a string index like A, B, C, like this. Okay, so this type of array is called associative array and PHP supports associative array. So PHP arrays are said to be flexible because they have a logical structure similar to the arrays in other languages, and also they support associative array, means its keys are strings and the order of elements is determined with the hashing function. And we know that PHP variable names begin with the dollar symbol, right? So in the same way, PHP array names also begin with the dollar symbol. Okay, so here you can see dollar array1. Okay, so this dollar array1, it can be the name of a array. Now every array element has two parts, key and value. Okay, so key, or it's also known as the index. So we know that every array has two parts. One is its key 0, 1, 2, etc. So by default it starts from 0 in PHP. And the array elements can be numbers, strings, etc. Okay, and PHP array can have some elements with integer keys and some elements with string keys. Okay, so PHP array can contain elements, heterogeneous elements. That means it can contain integer elements, string character elements. Okay, as well as the keys also can be heterogeneous. That means here you can see this, the key of or the index of first element is 0, index of second element is 1, index of third element is 2, but the index of fourth element is A. Okay, so PHP array can have some elements with integer keys and some with string keys. Okay, so mixture of integer and string keys are possible in PHP. Now moving to the next topic, how do you create an array in PHP? Okay, so there are two methods to create an array in PHP. So the first method is an array is created in PHP when you assign some values to a array variable. Okay, so we have seen that a variable can be defined by using the dollar symbol, dollar array name, and if we assign some values to this variable, an array is created. Okay, so that is the first method, assign some value to an array variable. So here you can see in the example 1, dollar list of 0 equal to 70. Okay, so here the array name is list and the index, specified index is 0 and the value is 70. So here in the first example we are creating an array list containing only one element and its index is 0. Okay, so here in example 1 the index is explicitly given by the user. Now consider example 2, dollar list of equal to 70. Okay, so here you can see no index is the index is explicitly taken as 0. Okay, so in this case, in the second example, the index will be implicitly taken as 0. Okay, by default it will start from 0. So list of 0 will be 70. Now in the third example, first we are assigning a value to list of 1, then we are assigning a value to a value 42 to next index. Okay, so here uh, today is my birthday is the first value. Okay, that will be the content of list of 1, and 42 will be assigned as the content of list of 2. So here index is implicitly taken as 2. Okay, so this is the first method. You can assign some values to an array variable to create an array. Then this is the second method. We can use an array construct provided by the PHP to create an array. Okay, so we can use the array construct, and the parameter for this array construct can be none. Okay, as shown in example 1. Okay, the parameter, no parameter. And second way is the parameter can be array elements. Okay, as you can see in the second example, and the parameter can be a key value pair as shown in the third example. Okay, so the parameter can be none, array elements, and key value pair. So in the first example, we are creating an array with no elements. So here the array name is list, and we are creating an array with no elements. Then in the second example, the array name is list, and we are creating an array containing 4 elements. Okay, so here in the second example, the array elements are 17, 24, then 45 and 91. Okay, so these are the array elements, and the index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the index of 17 is 0, index of 24 is 1, index of 45 is 2, and index of 91 is 3. Okay, so in the second example, then now consider the third example, dollar list equal to array of 1, 17, 2, 24, 3, 42, 4, 91. Okay, so here we are specifying both key and value. So this will create an array like this. The third example will create an array like this. Okay, what is the first element? The first element is 17. What is the second element? The second element is 24. What is the third element? Third element is 42. And fourth element is 91. And what is the key? For 17 the key is 1, for 24 the key is 2, for 42 the key is 3, and 91 the key is 4. Okay, so this is the case of example 3. Now example 4, dollar ages equal to array of Joe 42 and Mary 41. So here the index itself is a string. Okay, so it can so the fourth array is like this. The elements are 42 and 41, and the index is a string, that is Joe and Mary, that is the index. Okay, so this is the array created in the fourth example. Okay, now in the fifth example, you can see it's a mixture of string and integer array. Okay, so both the key and values are mixture of string and integer. So these are the two methods for array creation. First one is an array is created when you assign some values to an array variable, and second one is we can create an array using the array construct. Now next one is how to access the array elements. Okay, so once the array is created, how to access its elements. So individual array elements are accessed by following the array variable name with an index enclosed in square bracket. Okay, so array name, and within square bracket you have to specify the index. So for example, $first equal to array, we are creating a blank array named first. Then first element of this array is given as 0, and the next element is 29 and with index Mary. Okay, so this array, it contains two elements. First element is 0 and second element is 29. The index of first element is 0 and the index of second element is Mary. So if you want to print the value, you can print like this: print $first of 0, $first of Mary. Okay, you can print like that. Now the list construct. The list construct can be used to assign multiple elements of an array to scalar variable in one statement. Okay, so consider this example: $tree is equal to array of oak, pine, binary. So here we are creating an array named trees, and the values, and its values are oak, pine and binary. Okay, three values are there. And the next line we are writing list of $hardwood, $softwood, $data structure. So we are defining three variables and we are assigning the created array, that is $tree, to this variables. Okay, so the list construct can be used to assign multiple elements of an array to scalar variables. So here the scalar variables are $hardwood, $softwood and $data structure. And what are the elements of array tree? That is oak, pine and binary. So oak will be assigned to hardwood. Okay, so this oak will be assigned to this hardwood, pine will be assigned to this variable $softwood, and this binary will be assigned to the variable $data structure. Okay, so in a single step we can assign the values of or the elements of an array into scalar variables. That is the use of list construct. Now also for accessing the elements or printing the array elements, we can use the for each loop that we have already discussed in the last video. So moving to the next topic, functions for dealing with arrays. Okay, so in PHP there are a lot of functions for dealing with arrays. Okay, so we can easily perform many operations on arrays using this built-in functions. So the first function is unset function. So this unset function is used to delete the whole array or individual elements. Okay, so it's used to delete the elements from an array. So here you can see in the example we are creating an array named list, and the array elements are 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, 4 elements are there, and we are deleting $list of 2. Okay, so which one is $list of 2? So the array index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3. So the index of 2 is 0, index of 4 is 1, index of 6 is 2 and index of 8 is 3. And we are deleting $list of 2. That means 6 gets deleted. The element 6 gets deleted. Okay. Now in the next line we are writing unset of $list. That means we are not specifying any index here. So the entire array got deleted. Okay, so here the entire array got deleted. So that is the use of unset function in PHP. Then next one is array underscore keys function. Okay, so this array underscore keys function, it takes an array as its parameter and returns an array of the keys of the given array. Okay, so the input is a array keys of array underscore key function. It takes an array as its parameter. Okay, so here you can see this is the parameter for this function, and it returns an array. Okay, it returns an array that contains the keys of the given array. Okay, so it contains what? The keys. What are the keys? Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so Monday and Tuesday are the keys of ARR array. Okay, so this ARR 1 will contain the keys of this first array ARR. That means the keys are Monday and Tuesday. So the array 1 be like this. Okay, so this is the function array underscore keys. So it takes array as its parameter and returns an array of the keys of the given array. The next function is array underscore values function. So it returns an array of the values of the given array. Okay, so in the previous case it returns keys, here it returns values only. Okay, so for example here we are creating an array high. So the array elements are 74 and 70, and the index is Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so in the second line we are doing $days equal to array underscore keys $highs. So it will return an array like this, Monday and Tuesday. Okay, the second line will return an array like this. Then third line $temp equal to array underscore values $high. Okay, so what will be the value of this temps? The array will be 74, 70, and the index will be 0 and 1. Okay, so this array underscore value, it returns an array of the values of the given array. Now next function is array underscore key underscore exist function. So it is used to check the existence of an element of a specific key. So it returns a boolean value, either true or false. So for example, $high is equal to array of Monday equal to 74, Tuesday 70, Wednesday 67. So 3 elements with index Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. $check equal to array underscore key underscore exist Tuesday $high. So it checks the existence of Tuesday in $high. Okay, so Tuesday exists in $high because it is the key of second element. Okay, so this function will return $check. Here the value of this $check will be true because the array contains the value Tuesday, Tuesday. Okay, so it is array key exists function. Now the next function is array function. So this array function, it takes a variable as its parameter and returns true if the variable is an array, false otherwise. Okay, it's used to check whether the variable is an array or not. Okay, so for example, the array is A, array name is A, containing 4 elements. So we are checking is array of $A. Okay, is if A is an array. Okay, so it will return true or 1. Then the next array is $B equal to red. We are assigning, we are not, $B is not an array, it's a string variable, right? Here you can see it's a simple string. So we are assigning a string to $B. So $B is a string variable. And if we check is array of $B, it will return false or nothing. Okay, so here if a variable is an array, it will return true or 1, otherwise it will return false or nothing, not 0, false, or it will return nothing. Then Next function is in-array function. It takes two parameters, an expression and an array, and returns true if the value of the expression is a value in the array. Otherwise returns false. Okay. So here the array contains 4 elements, 10, 20, 30, 40. In array of string 10 comma dollar array. Okay. So you can see 10 is present in the array, so this will return true. So this program will print found. Okay, so it will print found because 10 is present in this array. So this in array function will check whether this value is present in this array or not. Okay, so here this 10 is present in the array, so it will print found. Next one is size of function. It returns the number of elements in the array. Okay, for example, $list equal to array of 1, 2, 3, 4, 25. So the number of elements in the array is 5. Okay, so size of $list will return 5. So the value of this dollar length will be 5. Now next function is explode function. So this explode function, it explodes a string into substrings and store it in array. Okay, so the input of this explode function is a string. Okay, so here you can see it's a string, April in Paris. Okay, and this explode function, it will break the string into substrings, and those substrings are stored in an array. So $words equal to explode of then the syntax of this explode function, here you can see the syntax is explode of a delimiter comma string. That is the syntax of this explode function, explode of delimiter comma string. Okay, so here we are specifying the delimiter as space. Okay, space comma $string. So what will be the output? The output is April. Output is a array $words. It contains 3 elements, April, in and Paris. Okay, so it will break like this. Wherever space comes, it will break it as a substring. The next function is opposite of explode function, that is implode function. So it converts the array elements into a string. Okay, so suppose for example, see $words, what the value of $words, the elements of this $words array is April in Paris. Okay, so we are combining the array elements to a single string using the delimiter colon. Okay, so the output will be like this, April colon in colon Paris. So the elements April in Paris, these are joined using colon symbol. So these are the functions for dealing with arrays in PHP. Now moving to the next topic, logical internal structure of an array. Okay, so this figure shows the logical internal structure of an array. So internally the elements of an array are stored in a linked list of cells. Okay, like this, linked list of cells. So this linked list of cells contain array elements, that is value, then the keys, and a pointer next that's pointing to the next element in the array. Okay, so every cell in the linked list contains key, value, and a pointer to the next element of the next element in the linked list or next element in the array. Then access to elements through string keys are implemented through the hashing function. Now sequential access is possible using next pointer if the keys are integers. Now you can see here a current pointer. So whenever an array is created, a pointer is initialized to reference the first element of the array. Okay, so initially this current, whenever an array is created, this current pointer, it points to the first element of the array. Okay, now there are different sequence functions to use to sequential access of array elements. So first one is the current function. So this current function, it returns the element being referenced by the current pointer. Okay, so it returns the element being referenced by the current pointer. So here the current point of so initially when an array is created, the current will be pointing to the first element in the array. So this current function, it returns the element being referenced by that current pointer. Now second one is next function. Next function is used to move the current pointer. So if current is pointing to last element of the array, the next will return false. Okay, otherwise it moves to the current moves to the next point, next node or next node in the linked list when a next function is encountered. Then next one is previous function, prev. It is used to move the current pointer backward. Okay, it's opposite of next. It's used to move the current pointer backward. Then the reset function, it sets the current pointer to the first element of the array. Okay, so that means it resets the current pointer. Okay, so once we move this current pointer using next function, we can reset it, or we can bring back to it to the first position using reset function. Then end function returns the value of the last element. End means last element. Then there is a key function. The parameter is the name of the array and returns the key of the current element of the array. Okay, so this key function takes the name of the array as the parameter and it returns the key of the current element, not element, it returns the key. Then there are array push and array pop functions. It implements stack in an array. Null is returned if the array is empty. Okay, now here you can see printing array elements using reset key and next. Okay, so an array first containing 4 elements, 4 string elements, 1 2 3 4. Okay, all are string elements, and we are printing the value of all the array elements using reset key and next function. Okay, so first reset to first element, then every time we are moving to the next so after each iteration we are moving to the next element. Okay, then each time we are getting the key of that element wherever the current pointer is pointing, and we are printing dollar first of dollar element. So this dollar element contains the key and we are printing the content of that key. Okay, so this loop can be used, for loop can be used to print array elements using reset key and next. The next topic is sorting arrays in PHP. So there are different functions available to sort array in PHP. So the functions are sort, asort, ksort, rsort, arsort and krsort. Okay, so the sort function, first one is sort function. It takes an array as parameter, sorts the value in the array, replacing the keys with the numeric keys 0, 1, 2. The string values comes before numeric values in case of heterogeneous arrays. Okay, so I think I can explain this with an example. Okay, so this is an example that shows sorting of arrays using sort, asort and ksort functions. So here you can see, first of all we are creating an array named ARR. Okay, and the elements are Fred 31, Ali 27, John Rich, Betty 42. Okay, so Fred, Ali, John and Betty are the key, and the values are 31, 27, Rich and 42. These are the values. Okay, and we are then here these lines we are printing the array using for each loop. We are printing both key and array values, so the output will be like this. Okay, so the key is Fred, value is 31, Ali 27, John uh, value is Rich, Betty 42. Okay, so this is our actual initial array. Now we are copying this array to a variable called new. Okay, so we can simply copy this array like this, $new equal to $arr. So we are copying this arr array to a new variable or a new array that is called new. Okay, then we are sorting the array new, okay, using sort function. So what is the function of this sort? It takes an array as parameter. Okay, so the array is $new and it sorts the values in the array replacing the keys with the numeric keys. Okay, so it replaces this sort function, it replaces the keys with the numeric keys. That means Fred, Ali, John, Betty, these are replaced with 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and the string values and when we sort the array, the string values comes before numeric values in case of heterogeneous array. So here our array is heterogeneous array. The array elements are 31, 27, Rich and 42. It's a heterogeneous array. Okay, because it contains both integer and string. Okay, so this sort function, first it will replace the key values with numbers, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. Here you can see 0, 1, 2, 3. Then it sorts the values. Okay, so the string values comes before numeric values, so Rich comes first. Okay, then the numeric values are sorted in order 27, 31, 42. Okay, so that is the function of sort. Okay, so I think it's clear for you, sort function. Now moving to a sort function. Okay, so here um, again we are copying the first initial array to this variable new. Okay, so this is our array, initial array, a new array, and we are applying a sort function on this new. Okay, we are applying a sort function on this array. Okay, so what will be the output? So a sort function, it is used to sort arrays that correspond to hashes, and it sorts the elements of a given array by their values but keeps the original key value associations. Here also string values comes before numeric values. Okay, so same as that in sort function, the string values comes before numeric values, that is Rich comes first, then 27, 31, 42. But the difference is here index are not replaced with numeric values. Here index are replaced with numeric values, but here the index are not replaced with numeric values. The index are original key value associations. Okay, so Rich here, see here you can see Rich, the key value is John. Here also for Rich the key value is John. Okay, so original key value associations are maintained in a sort function. Okay, then last one is k sort function. Okay, again we are copying our initial array to this new. Okay, so this is our initial array and we are copying that to new. Then we are applying k sort function on this array new. Okay, so k-sort function, it sorts its given array by keys rather than values. Okay, so keys are sorted, not values. Okay, so if we sort the keys, it will come like this. Ali comes first, then Betty, then Fred, and then John. Okay, so in same order, the values are also sorted. Okay, so here the values are not sorted. Here the keys are in sorted order. So the name is k sort, that is key sort. Okay, so these are the three functions available in PHP to sort array in ascending order: sort, asort, and ksort. Okay, so these three functions sorts the array in ascending order, and the remaining three functions, they sorts the array in descending order: rsort, arsort, and ksort. So they just performs the reverse operation of these three. So rsort performs the reverse operation of sort, arsort performs the reverse operation of asort, and ksort performs the reverse operation of ksort. That's it. So that's all about arrays in PHP. In the next video, we will see functions in PHP. Thank you.